Hello, what's wrong now? I'm back from my travels. Am I sad? A little bit. But I'm back doing reviews, which is the main purpose of my channel anyway. So today I'm reviewing, excuse me, oh, I have a new camera. A new camera. I did slightly break my camera on my travels, and then I got a better one apparently, so let's test it out. It's the first review I'm doing on this one. It should be miles better. We'll see. So today I'm reviewing Miss Charming by Juliette Has a Gun. This review comes by request from Angel Lately, another fellow YouTuber who vlogs her travels and her beauty tips and things. Go and check her channel out. I will post it below. Paste and post it below. So this came out in 2006. It's the second Juliette Has a Gun fragrance I've reviewed, and I have got quite a few more of them actually in sample form. They're cute, they come like this. And don't quote me on this, but I think, I could be wrong, they released two together. They released Miss Charming and Lady Vengeance at the same time. This one's the white one. Lady Vengeance, I think, is the black bottle. And according to Fragrantica, it says, where romance meets rock, I think. Let me just reference that, because I'm probably going to get it wrong. My first review in weeks, I'm rusty. Yeah, where rock meets romance. All of the fragrances by Juliette Has a Gun are made by a guy called Romano Ricci, but on this particular project he got Francis Kirkjian. I can never pronounce that person's name right. Francis Kirkjian involved, who is a very famous perfumer who's made tons of really famous fragrances. So let me go through it with you. They're really cute, their samples. They come in a little envelope with their own little card as to what's in it and what it's about. So let me read you that first. It says, the perfume of a virgin, or a virgin witch even, docile and provocative, elegant and sensual. At first glance, the miss appears rather innocent, but don't trust your intuition. If she's a rose, don't forget she got spines. I think that's supposed to say, don't forget she has thorns, maybe? But this sounds like, don't forget she got spines. So, a fragrance that makes up ingeniousness and lucidity. The notes are quite simple. Moroccan rose, musks, and wild fruit, and then it says Romano Ricci underneath. So I was interested in this one because from what I've heard, this gets compared a lot, and I've read it quite a few times. This gets compared to Stella by Stella McCartney quite a lot. It's the whole rosy thing that's going on. So just for good measure, here's my Stella. Interested because if you don't know already, Stella is my signature. This is one of my all-time favourite perfumes ever. I just absolutely love it and adore it. I will never ever stop loving this perfume, even though they've reformulated it. So let me spray one on one hand and one on the other. I will say, because I've been wearing this for a few days, that yes, there is a similarity. The similarity is, and by the way, I've reviewed Stella before, of course. I was on a beach when I reviewed it too. I'll put that in the little information bubble so you can go and see if you haven't seen it already. There is a similarity. In fact, they're very, very similar in the opening, and the similarity is they are both a very crisp, clean, cold and fresh rose. They are both quite modern feeling, kind of ultra feminine and not dynamic, that's not the right word, but they're not a typical rose fragrance, I don't think. Roses come in many, many, many forms because there are many, many, many roses. And I've always said rose is probably one of the most malleable notes because depending on in quantity it's used and what it's put with, it can smell completely different all the time. The rose in this, like I said, very, very crisp. The difference between them that's only very slight in the opening is that Stella has an icier tone to it. It's a lot colder. This one is already giving you something a little bit sweet underneath, but they are extremely similar in the opening, I'm not going to lie. Yes, so modern, cold, fresh and airy light rose. It's really, really nice. It's pretty and really just daytimey and easy to wear and a bit refreshing. So I did notice when I wore this that only about 10 minutes they do smell similar, but then this one does start to kind of veer off in its own direction. Unfortunately, for me, it gets less interesting. Stella is up there, and this one kind of goes a little bit downhill. The reason is, whatever these fruits are underneath, people have said that it's kind of like berries, raspberry mainly. The sweetness kind of dumbs down the fragrance, I think. It loses all of its spark and prettiness when it gets a bit drier. It's still pretty, obviously. It's still a very gorgeous, classy rose perfume. But it does turn a lot less interesting, where Stella seems to kind of hold on to its character a bit more. Plus this has the addition of peony as well, which gives it a nice bit of effervescence going on. But this one, while it starts out really beautiful, it tends to go a little bit less interesting, I think, when it dries, which is a shame. Musks I don't smell at all. Maybe, if any, I'm going to say it's probably white musk that I can smell in this, because it's clean. Bulgarian rose, I can't really tell you any specifics about that certain type of rose, but judging by this, it's a crisp, clean rose. It's quite simple, it's quite stripped back, it's not overcomplicated. It kind of just feels like a very easygoing, simple, clean rose perfume. And it's not super groundbreaking, but I don't think it's meant to be. I think it's meant to be... Lady Vengeance is probably the flip side of the rose. It's the dark one, which I'm probably going to review next, I think. So, yeah. When it dries, the fruits start to come forward, which I say dumbs down the cool, cold iciness of the rose, and it's kind of just simple. It gets sweeter and sweeter as it dries. It gets a little bit more fuzzier, a bit more blunted, and it smells like red fruits. People have said raspberry. I kind of agree. It's like a strawberry raspberry touch on the rose. Close to the skin, gentle wafts, very light, like I said, delicate kind of fragrance. Oh my god, I love Stella so much. Oh. Not to steal Miss Charming's thunder, but Stella is the best. So, yeah, pretty, simple. Virgin Witch, possibly, I don't know. The thorns bit, that's thrown me off a bit, where it says, you know, don't forget she got spines. No, there's nothing dark about this. There's nothing lurking in the background. There's no surprises. It's just it's just linear, I think. The only change that happens is the fruits kind of come forward. That's it. It lasts probably 2 hours max on me, which is not the best, considering Juliette Has a Gun is quite an expensive brand, compared to most, I think. And in no way is it anywhere near as beautiful as Citizen Queen, which I reviewed before, which is absolutely stunning. So, that's it. Simplistic rose. I'm out from Mono. Click on the logo to subscribe, and I'm glad to be back. I'll see you guys very soon for another review. Goodbye. Watch out for them spines, okay? Watch out.